Shock, horror, surprise, surprise. A 19th century home in Parramatta will not be rebuilt. It's called Willow Grove. And I want to credit Ray Hadley, my colleague here at 2GB, because Ray picked up the ball and ran with this very early on when it was speculated that Willow Grove would be knocked down. And that's what happened in 2021. And they knocked it down to make way for the new Powerhouse Museum. And the former coalition government in New South Wales had one of the dumbest ideas we've ever heard. They said, all right, well, look, because the community was saying we want to keep this part of our history, we'll pull it down brick by brick and then we'll rebuild it at the cost of about $10 million. Heritage experts said you can't do it. It doesn't work that way. The materials are too old. But ministers wouldn't listen, including the then Arts Minister Don Harwin. We caught up with him in October 2020. This is the most ludicrous idea I've ever heard. Whose idea was it?
Well, Ben, I disagree.
This is a dud of an idea.
It's not a dud of an idea. The plan is to take down Willow Grove and reassemble it elsewhere.
Brick by brick?
Well, I have never used the term brick by brick, Ben.
How much money is this going to cost us?
It will cost less than $10 million.
$10 million?
Ben, at the moment, the building's unusable. As a result of
You're going to spend $10 million moving an unusable building? Well, that was the plan, but the pieces of Willow Grove sit in storage and Labor has announced it will never be rebuilt. Suzette Meade is from the North Parramatta Residents Action Group and she's on the line. Good morning to you.
Oh, Ben, I had some awful flashbacks listening to Don Harwin there. I lost count of the lies in that statement.
Seriously, who really believed that this was ever going to happen?
Well, we knew it didn't, and you knew it didn't. But the government, smoke and mirrors, thinking they would get away with it, probably, one of the worst governments for heritage that I can remember, apart from Robert Askin in the 70s.
And as we said at the time, they think it's a Lego set. You can just pull it apart and put it back together.
Well, we watched it, Ben. We watched it through the fence and there were bricks being thrown. There was no care at all. We knew it would never happen.
The new Arts Minister, John Graham, says it was a tragedy that Willow Grove was demolished, particularly against the community's strong wishes. However, now that it's been pulled down, it's a terrible idea to try and rebuild it. So I suppose we have to accept defeat.
Look, sanity prevails is what I can say, really, and I think we need to draw a line under this whole toxic, really 8-year community campaign. And people are asking, are you happy? Suzette, are you happy? And I went, well, relieved is the word, because we don't want to set this precedent that every bit of heritage in New South Wales can just be ripped down by a developer and just a replica popped up somewhere else. What next?
It wasn't just a dumb idea, as you point out. It was a lie. It was never going to happen.
It was. It was a huge lie, and the people of Parramatta have been absolutely bloody ripped off.
I appreciate you jumping on the line this morning. I know it's not the response that you wanted, but at least you called it out from day one.
But look, Ben, it gets worse. The people that, the powers that be at the Powerhouse want to memorialise Willow Grove using the dunny floor tiles on a display on the flood mitigation walls on the river.
You're joking, aren't you?
I wish I was. It's like a big finger to the people in Parramatta.
Absolutely crazy. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry that this is the way it's all ended.
Thanks for your support, Ben. I appreciate it.
Good on you. Suzette Meade from the North Parramatta Residents Action Group. It was one big, fat lie.
You know how